In this episode of Tamar Talks, we are going to discuss an issue that has been on the news lately, the so-called county line. What is it, and why should you care about it? First, some background. In most states, primary ballots are designed as office block ballots. This is an example of one. All candidates for a particular office, say all candidates for Senate, are grouped together and listed in a column, and whether they are at the top or bottom of that column is determined by lottery. As you can see, when you cast your vote for any office, all candidates are visible and equivalent. It's a fair playing field. But that is not the case in New Jersey, or at least it wasn't the case prior to 2024. Here is what a New Jersey primary ballot looked like prior to June. The so-called county line jumps out at you immediately. It is the leftmost position on the ballot and, optically, the best placement. You might be wondering, how does someone get on that line? The answer is that it is not random at all. It is the deliberate choice of party bosses, meaning the chair of the county's Democratic or Republican committee, and they often make that choice without any accountability or process. It is their way of implicitly nudging voters to vote for the candidates they favor. And that nudging can sometimes be egregious, with unfavored candidates exiled to what has been referred to as ballot Siberia, all the way to the right as they are here, where the vast majority of voters won't notice them. Not surprisingly, candidates on the line tend to win by a factor of 3 or 4. The problem with such a system is that it produces elected officials more accountable to party bosses, meaning to the people who put them on that line, than to voters. And it enables party bosses to entrench themselves and stop anyone seeking to challenge them from getting elected. It is also, as of 2024, illegal. In the spring of 2024, then U.S. Representative Andy Kim, who was running for Senate, filed a lawsuit challenging this practice. Kim argued that it unfairly advantaged certain candidates over others. A U.S. District Court judge agreed and ordered the use of office block ballots instead. The lack of a county line will make this June's New Jersey primary one of the most competitive in recent memory. Candidates will need to actually campaign rather than rely on ballot placement to convince voters to vote for them. And to me, that is a win for democracy and a welcome change. But it should come as no surprise that some, particularly incumbents in the New Jersey State Assembly who face re-election this June, are actively trying to pass legislation in an attempt to resurrect some version of the county line system for this upcoming primary, which means that this issue is one that will be closely watched and debated in the days ahead. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Tamar Talks. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something. Make sure to share it with friends and family and anyone who may be interested. Subscribe for updates on our YouTube channel, social media. All the links are below. And of course, we'd love to hear from you. So if you have any ideas, any feedback, or ideas for future episodes, email us at parkwarburg@gmail.com, and we look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.